They were supposed to come last Wednesday, right? The date of flight, the thoughts and all that. We scheduled it to be today at our representatives will be meeting. So I will hand over the mic to Sam. Wait for this is to hit.
As we are here, we represent the entire Middle Belt leaders, whoever of whatever capacity that you can imagine are from the Middle Belt. It's heavily represented here. So, it is our delight to say that the Indigo, by virtue of our existence, we are brothers and we should live in peace and we should have a cordial relationship. Most of us here know that if you cross from Benue State, you will come into Indigo land. From Kogi State, you enter Indigo land. The same way from those states from the Indigo land, you enter into Middle Belt territory. So whatever should touch the Indigo should touch the Middle Belt. Whatever should touch Middle Belt should also touch the Indigo. Our concern, we highly respect Chief Rav for his tremendous effort to see to the liberation of the Indigo worldwide. It is our joy that you have someone who is fearless, who is strategic, who is calculative, seeking the liberation of the Igbo nation, that today you will not just remain what others see you to be, but you will be what you want to be. In this respect, we feel that we have to give him this honor by coming here and share our thoughts with him particularly, because he is the star and the emblem of the Igbo liberation struggle as it is today. So we are here today to appeal to the Igbo nation that the Middle Belt people are not your enemies anymore. It's our appeal. And in this regard, we also want the Indigo worldwide to also take the Middle Belters as their friends and permanent brothers and sisters forever. In this regard as well, we want to highlight basic problems confronting Nigeria today, which is a country that has been bedeviled by so many insecurity incidents over the years. And it is deliberately planned to take over land and displace people from their ancestral home, in which we all know that we are not going to allow that to happen. Because the land God gives every man, that is where he will be buried, and no one can take it by force. It shall not be allowed by any means, whether government or whatever instrument of power is going to be used. Therefore, we have to be a united force to ensure that we protect the ancestral home that God gave us, our forefathers gave it to us. They were buried on that, and we cannot allow their graves to be taken over by foreigners. It pains us as all the time when we see things happening in this contraction called Nigeria all the time. It is not our wish to see that we are here the way we are today. It's not our wish. But as a collective force, if we stand by one common goal, as a collective force to ensure that we achieve the protection of our land and ensure that our people are free, we will surely achieve that. To this extent, I will humbly submit that purpose and determination cannot be quenched by any physical force. When you have a purpose to achieve something, one will die, others will succeed. But definitely someday that purpose will be achieved. For that reason, we encourage ourselves to be determined based on what we know is good for our people. And with Chief here, I strongly believe that we are going to achieve what will be good for our people in the Middle Belt and Southeast. And by the grace of God, we believe that we're not going to be relented in what we're doing. We'll not relent. We'll not relent. And we pray that God will give us the strength and wisdom to pursue this to the end and liberate our people finally. May God help us. Thank you very much.
It's a privilege to be amidst you today, and I count it a great one. My name is Barrister Seth Manset. I am a proud indigenous of the Middle Belt. It's a region that Nigeria must adopt, understand, and operate as safe. We are happy to be here. I'm here to give a vote of thanks, and I want to be very brief. And in our vote of thanks, we must appreciate your hospitality. We've been here since Friday, and Chief have not relent, and ensuring that we are okay, that we are good. Unfortunately, he did not give us the map of Imo State, but we also want to apologize for one thing. My leader didn't even say. We are sorry for discovering the agenda this late. We are sorry on behalf of our leader for understanding that we have been deceived over time. We are sorry that as youths and members of the family, we are just coming up today boldly, strongly, to tell you this is the end of it. We are sorry that the moles in the system of Middle Belt have at least done us a favor of leaving the Middle Belt. They are now in Zaria. We are sorry to say boldly that as youths we are willing this time, without dragging of feet, to do the right thing and associate. It's a lie to say it's not even a religious puzzle. When people are killed in their churches, when people are made in their various homes, and leaders. Okay, let's try to be minimal on the issue. We are just sorry that it happened right from 1960, the way it happened. But we are here to kindly apologize and kindly plead for your support this time. We are neighbors in Niger are joining us. Whatever the map, you cannot remap it. We are brothers. And if we have over 300 ethnic nationalities, it therefore means that we have a reason for our confusion. But we refuse to be confused any longer. We refuse to be confused any longer. This time is for good. We are out for good. And we are treating at the level of a generation that is concerned about what will happen tomorrow, not the one that have a political interest. They can drag our leaders to whatever length. But today, we're here before you to say one thing, that we are in for good. Liberation and freedom of Christians, liberation and freedom of our region, liberation and freedom from the North. We are the target of the North. I can say it categorically. Without any reservation. We are not going home with anything. We are here to unveil it. We have been the victims, but enough is enough. Unfortunately, we don't have a president. The only person we have is the one who is silent enough to say nothing. But we are glad that we are here today. And we are here for good. What we are fighting for is not for our immediate consumption, but for the future. We are sensitive to a generation that thinks and hopes that his children will live. And like my friend will say, we are happy to consummate, release, romance, forgive our leaders. They've done what they have done, and thank God they have left the area for us. They've left the area for us to account for decisions they have made before. But we are out to be sure that this never happens again. Today, I think the delegation of youth is intentional. As they keep doing politics, we have clearly ethnic nationality intact. We have clearly the records of everybody, and today is not a hidden agenda, and it will never stop. We are out. They must follow suit, whether they like it or not. And I'm happy to be here, and I thank God for Chief and my leader as well. So I assure you that we are not dragging feet on this issue. We are out for good to see the liberation and the freedom of not just Biafra, but the Middle Belt as well.
Here I am, Master. You see, you see the joy in all this is that these are young people, the leaders of today and the leaders of tomorrow. Just like last week, when the Arewa youth leaders were here, I was happy because the crop of people that came were young leaders, who are the leaders of today and the leaders of tomorrow. Ours is a nation by the far right. That is our Chief Justice. The person sitting next to you is our President. This is our Prime Minister, and this is our Speaker, the Speaker of the Parliament. On their behalf, you are all welcome. We thank you for this visit. At least come and tell us that you are sorry for what happened between 1967 and 1970. We tell you that we are sorry too. And that we have accepted you as our own. The past remains in the past. It's gone forever. We shall face the future together. People all over the world will hear of this visit. It's the beginning of a new day. Our people in the north, we know that you came here. Ebe a ka ọfụ Igbo nọ. I was telling him at the swimming pool that Ijele Igbo is one in the entire Igbo land. I'm not only the leader of the organization, I'm the leader of Ndi Igbo. We shall assist your people from today to make sure that your lands are not taken away from you. This will be a temporary measure to safeguard the lives and properties of your people. But the permanent measure open to you is that you will start a struggle for emancipation of the Middle Belt. In that struggle for the liberation of the Middle Belt, I will be fully behind you. That is a permanent solution. Nothing is greater than freedom. Freedom is the only solution. Nigeria will be divided into 6 republics. Northeast, Northwest, North Central, Southeast, South-South, Southwest. If you start your emancipation for independence, nobody will come to your land again. Because your land will no longer belong to one Nigeria. It will be the land of the Middle Belt. Nobody will come to the Southeast today and talk about one Nigeria because they know that Southeast is for Biafra. I'm interested in this visit because it's championed by the Greater Tomorrow, the youth, the young ones. If the elderly people, I'll keep my reservations. Because the elderly ones are fighting for their stomach. Their legs are into two, one in Middle Belt, one in Abuja. As you have in Igbo land, the politicians have two legs, one in Igbo land, one in Abuja. Such people don't matter. The people that matter are you, the young ones, whose future is important. We shall form a committee, an interactive committee, between the people of the Middle Belt and Biafra. In that interactive committee, you will tell us what you want us to do, and we tell you how we are going to do it. We shall always interchange visits. Our leaders will come to you and you come to us. By seeing that you people are here today, the table will turn in your area. Those who want to grab your land by force will be afraid to do that, because they know that today Biafra is behind you. Through our structures, we shall let our people know. Through our structures, we shall let our people in the Middle Belt and in the North know that from today, the past has been buried. We are pursuing the future. And in that future, Biafra and Middle Belt are safe. We work together for their own interests, and we shall begin to discuss the bilateral relations between the two entities. Finally, and more importantly, you don't fold your hand to tell an invader to get out of their land. You start a movement of emancipation to ward off the excesses of the invaders. And in that emancipation movement, Biafra is behind you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is His Excellency Chief Kwararafa Uwazuruike has assured the Middle Belters that Biafra nation is strongly behind their emancipation. He has urged the youth of the Middle Belt to start the struggle for emancipation of the people of their region, and Biafras are suddenly behind them. That is the author of non-violence, non-exodus. Biafra of today is not the Biafra of yesterday.